Alright, so welcome back. This is Game 1, Round 1 of Recorded Shadows over Innistrad Draft 2. I am Bill, Icebound Ravager, and this hand has no action until turn 4, so I am going to take a mulligan on it here. And not see a much better hand, but we'll keep it. It's just the Byway Carrier comes down an extra turn, and we do not need that guy. So we will be moving right along, but I would rather have a play on 3 than a play on 4 as my first play for the turn, even though I gave up having a forest. And look at that, after the draw my hand looks exactly the way it did. So we'll see how this game goes. No werewolf, no werewolf, no werewolf. Alright, I will take that. Now what do we get to look forward to? Oh, Fevered Vision's the deck, huh? Okay. Well, I can duel with Fevered Vision's the deck. Stitch Mangler is going to lock down my Byway Carrier, and then it'll be my turn, and I will suspiciously pass with 4 mana up. And we will get an extra card and be draining out here. We'll see what goes on, and he's going to play into it. There's a good chance he's got the 3 mana counterspell, but we will find out. Because the other option is just to not play anything. Yup, 3 mana counterspell. I guess I could have just taken the 2 and fallen behind there, but I didn't think it was worth it. Just because he's already got a relatively decent clock and Fevered Visions that we can't slow down, so I didn't want to risk it anymore. Now we get to lose. Oh, Moldegrass Scavenger makes us not lose any value really on this turn. I think Scavenger is a better play than Stoic Builder. So right now I'm just going to clear the Stitch Mangler out. Well, I guess I only have 2 card types. I was thinking I would have 3. So maybe the Stoic Builder is a better play. Though I do have a second Pat Guardian that I can get value from the Stoic Builder, but I'm just going to drop the Stoic Builder because I'm nowhere near Delirium. Getting ahead on board is good. Wicker Witch is great. We have the ability to continue to churn out the board next turn, or I can drop something like the Kessig Dire Swine. The fact that I'm ahead of my opponent on mana while I was on the draw means that he missed a land drop, which is pretty insane since we've been drawing extra cards the entire game. So me using my mana to press the advantage will be great news here. Who's he going to lock down with his press for answers? Probably my byway courier, even though it's already untapped. Yup. So what we do here, we send the Stoic Builder in, assume he blocks, and then we get to confront the unknown, which will be fun. No blocks. Okay. Well, no blocks leaves us there. So I have a couple options. I can go Wicker Witch and Scavenger, but again, I only have 2 card types in the graveyard, or I can just drop the Kessig Dire Swine. Think we're gonna go with the Swine. It uses our mana just 1 mana better. And so it allows me to do other things. Kessig Dire Swine costs 6. I don't know why it's asking me to pay 1 more. But since my clock's going down. Oh, there we go. And I will refrain from playing that land probably, just in case I draw my extra Pack Guardian. If I draw an 8th land, then I will play the land so I can play Watcher in the Web and Moldegrass Scavenger. My opponent finally hit his 5th land, so let's see what he's got. Inner Struggle. Looks like he's yet taking out my Dire Swine with his Inner Struggle. And then he's going to be able to crash in for 2 possibly here. Though he might want to sit back, as if he crashes in for 2, I crash in for 5. But we'll see. We'll see what his decisions are. Oh, he's getting in there. Alright, so we did draw that. So we get to send the team. And then play Scavenger. And Watcher in the Web. And get to draw the Uvenwald Mysteries. Opponent is finally hitting all his land drops, though he's still 1 behind us because we've never missed. And we are just way ahead on board. They're going to have to do a lot to catch up. The problem is I have to come up with a very fast clock here, or we are in trouble. So drawing my other Rabid Bite would be one of the better draws. That Fevered Vision's coming down on 3 just has clocked us very quickly. And he does not draw anything. It goes up to 8 cards in hand to discard with 6 land. So he's obviously got some sort of flash spell. Oh. What's this card do? I don't even remember what this card does. Didn't bother casting it, alright. Well, I think I do cast Fork in the Road here. I can actually... I already have... Yeah, I have to cast Fork in the Road pre-combat here. So we go Forest and Forest. That puts me at 3 card types, one of which isn't instant. So what we do here is then we can attack with everybody. And this is actually lethal if he has nothing. Alright, he does that, which is fine. We confront the unknown. See how he responds. As long as he doesn't have a way to exile to confront the unknown, this also turns on the Moldograph Scavenger. Which, countering it is fine. Still turns on the Moldograph Scavenger, which still hits him for 8. Oh, he also has a Fiery Temper, so that's going to kill my Stoic Builder and probably my Byway Courier? Or is that targeting me? Oh, the Fiery Temper is targeting me? Alright, well he needs one more removal spell to be safe then. Because I have this Wicker Witch. So, assuming he has another removal spell, we are dead. Assuming he doesn't, we win the game. So we'll see. He's got 5 cards in hand. There's a good chance he's got another Stitch Mangler or anything to get the Wicker Witch out of the way. Well, I guess he has to deal 3, because... if he doesn't deal 3, then I get to untap with a bigger team than him. Did I take that sideboard destroyer artifact or enchantment? Oh man, that'll be funny if I passed on that, won't it? Probably for some white card. He's drawing a card, so I don't think he has an answer. He has to remove 3 of my guys or gain some life. All my threats are lethal. He's got a Gorger. Alright, so far I look to be ahead. I'm going to attempt to play this Vessel. I guess it doesn't find me anything because I don't have anything with haste. So let's play this Uvenwald Mysteries. See what he says to that. Alright, he lets that resolve. Alright, if I attack with a team, what happens here? He's got to have 2 removal. I may have showed him a little more than I needed to, but I kind of locked up the game a little better. Oh, Graph Mole was coming down next turn. Or I'd have seen it end a turn. That'd have been great. Alright, well. Of course, I did not, of all the things that I took, I did not take the Artifact or Enchantment Destroyers. I don't think his deck's particularly fast. I mean, Gone Missing could slow it down a turn from hurting me. I really don't think I'm sideboarding. We'll just keep this deck and keep on rolling. So going from 2 hands with all the lands to a hand with only 1 land. So I don't get to keep 7 with this deck. I guess I have to keep this hand. I guess I really don't. I'm probably stuck to 5. I mean, well, at least I'll make my land drops. I'm not going any worse than that. But we definitely don't want another land on top. Alright. Well, that's great. I said I didn't want another land on top. I did move that to the bottom, right? Yeah. Alright. Well, we're 6 land in at 7 cards deep. This looks like a fun game so far. Well, I can cast my Uvenwald Hydra whenever. That's great news. Ripping a Pat Guardian here would be funny. Oh, that thing's can get scary in his deck. But instead, we'll rip land number 7 plus I scryed 1 at the bottom, so 8. So 8 lands and 2 spells. I better just hit all gas, or I am done for very quickly. Hitting 50% of the lands in your deck in the top 10 cards of your deck is just not where I wanted to be. Well, guess we can hope that this Solitary Hunter is good enough. Though if it doesn't get countered, I will be shocked. He showed 2 counterspells last game, so... And to deny existence this game, so 3 counterspells. He's just going to try to ride that Pyre Hound to victory. I still just have to play the Uvenwald Hydra next turn, no matter what. Maybe he'll tap out a double blue and make me feel confident about it. Leaving exactly counterspell up, cast Trail of Evidence, and crashes in for 3. The only reason I wouldn't play Uvenwald Hydra here is, I was going to say if I drew a Pat Guardian, but Clearly not the case, so Hydra it is. Counterspell? Yay, nay? Yup. I mean, I don't really have any options here, as drawing infinity lands does not allow me to power through his things, and now I'm just basically dead to that Pyrehound. I don't know what I can play to get through it. And he found his Fevered Visions finally. Oh, that's a joke, right? No creatures, draw my Uvenwald Mysteries. I'm pretty dead here. I do have a 4/5 I can draw into. I can also draw into a 2/5. There's things that I have that can slow his Firehound down, but they just seem unlikely to be enough to win the game when I'm about to be at 5 life with the Fevered Visions online. Yeah, I'm just dead to... Oh, and I drew another forest. We can concede the game, that's cool. Infinity Forests. Saw 11 forests and 4 spells, so realistic game. You don't win those. We'll try again. Run it back and hope to not see 11 lands. Let's try being on the play. What is this? This is a real 7-card hand? Okay. Not exactly what I expected, but I will never turn down a real 7-card hand. Doesn't have a good way to investigate at this point, but it is looking better and better. Now watch me never hit 6 lands. Started with 4, not be able to hit 6. Actually, the way this shapes up, I will probably just play the Byway Courier here. Get him down. Have the Investigate at the ready. I can then play Graph Mole next turn, and I have a faster clock this way. If he plays Island and passes, I might not even play the Graph Mole. If he casts the Stitch Mangler, we play the Graph Mole for sure. Yeah, I think here I would rather just play it safe, not play the Graph Mole into his counterspell. We are ahead. I'm still making land drops, so I'm not losing too much. Or if he Geist Blast my Byway Courier, that's fine. We get to investigate, and then I get to second main this Graph Mole, which is just pretty fantastic with Clue at the ready. So now, depending on what he does, which is nothing, again, I don't want to run the Thornhide Wolves into anything, So I'm gonna first main sack this clue, just to ensure that I gain the life. I guess I could have attacked and then gained a life mid-combat. We'll draw a card. So I don't have any plays here. But we will see what he is up to on his turn. I have plenty of sweet spells to run into his counter spells before I play the Uvenwald Hydra. So we will start with another attack from Grapnwall. And then what's great here is I can run Solitary Hunter into his counterspell, and if he has been blanking, then if he doesn't, yeah, he's just sitting back on his counterspells hoping that they're going to get him through, but I just have too many haymakers coming down. I think we're going to be fine. Alright, well. Limited All-Star Graph Mole gets in there. Shows that he can win the game on his own. Let's go with, actually, I'm going to cast the Kessig Dire Swine. The reason is I saw an inner struggle from him earlier, and the Dire Swine doesn't, or the Dire Swine dies to the inner struggle if he has it. The Thornhide Wolves do not. So Thornhide Wolves are fine to save. Also, I'm holding on to this forest in case I ever draw a Pack Guardian. Counterspell number 2, and I expect a third one from him because I know he has it and he hasn't been playing anything, so I think he's just trying to sit back on him for as long as he can. So I would expect as soon as he's out of counterspells for him to play a creature. Or if he has 7 mana now, he might be able to, okay, maybe he has infinity counterspells. Now going along the lines of what I'm saying, it's almost intelligent, and I'm probably going to run this Uvenwald Hydra into a counterspell. But first we're gonna get Little Graph Mole in there. Does he have something fun to do to the Little Graph Mole man? I'm telling you, limited All-Star Graph Mole is scared all of a sudden. Oh, we got Storm Rider Spirit. Alright, well we got the tie-up block here. But we got the Rabid Bite to remove the Storm Rider Spirit, and I can still jam this Thornhide Wolves. I like that play a little more than just dropping the Hydra because I can force that Storm Rider Spirit to be gone, whereas if I just drop the Hydra, he may have the, like I said, the inner struggle to remove the Hydra, and then he might be able to catch up to me in the race. Whereas this way I am firmly in the lead here. If anyone knows what Falconwrath Gorger is doing in his deck, please tell me. But I personally have no idea. Is he trying to decide whether to take 6 or whether to jump block? Looks like he's just taking 6. And then let's run this Hydra out there, see how he feels about it. There it is, final broken concentration. We got them all 3 counter spells. As you can see, I'm not a huge fan of counter spells for the reasoning that I'm already ahead on board. Stitch Mangler will lock down my wolves, that's fine. I mean, I'm just going to play Stoic Builder next turn. Basically, regardless of what I draw. I'm so far ahead in the race that I don't have to block anything. So little Graph Mole can just get in there. And then Stoic Builder can sit back and stall his Gorger, or eat if his last card's like Fiery Temper, that's fine. He can't really afford to block here at all. Yeah, he's kind of just stuck. Mysteries is fantastic in this spot. Just completely busts the game open for me. If one of his 2 cards is Fiery Temper, then he can kill the Thornhide Wolves, but he can kill it anyway. I'm willing to trade the Stoic Builder for his Falconwrath Gorger here because I have the Uvenwald Mysteries on the table. I'm not willing to trade Graph Mole for either of his creatures because Graph Mole gains me life from the clues generated by Uvenwald Mysteries. However, he's just gonna straight lose a card. Oh, here comes the Fiery Temper. Inner Struggle? Alright. So, 2 for 1s himself to not take any damage and get rid of my wolves. But I get to investigate, which means I get a clue, which means I'll get all of the fun in the world. And I'll sacrifice a clue now in case I get a non-instant speed relevant card. Gain my 3. Get my dude. Draw my card. However, I will just draw land number 10. My opponent on land number 9 doesn't put him too far ahead either. Wow. Imagine. So here, that was a fine attack to me because now basically every threat I ever draw is a lethal threat. And I will see you in round 2.